I am the chair, Lancaster County Commissioner Chair Sean Flowerday. With me is County Commissioner and Vice Chair Rick Vest, and County Commissioners Roma Amundsen, Deb Shore, and Krista Yoakum. Please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was about the cleanest we've done that yet. All righty, Mr. Clerk, please begin.
Copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available in room 112. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, May 5th, 2020.
I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Best,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through May 14th, 2020.
I move approval of the claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Best,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 3 are consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner or by any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there is an exception, these items will be approved as one with a single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are approval of utility permits with no cost to the county for the following. Number 1968, allowing Northern Natural Gas to do maintenance work on Gage Road, approximately 1,000 feet west of South 134th Street, and on Stagecoach Road, approximately 1,300 feet west of South 190th Street. Number 1981, allowing Black Hills Energy to install a 6-inch gas main along the westerly right-of-way of South 98th Street from A Street going south to Calvert Street to connect to an existing gas line. Number 1972, allowing Lancaster County Rural Water District Number 1 to install new water lines under South 84th Street, 130 feet north of Saltillo Road, and under South 82nd Street, 1,961 feet south of Bennett Road. The water line construction is due to the South Beltway project. Right-of-way contracts at North 176th Street and Alva Road with the following. Dale and Helen Moss, co-trustee, in the amount of $703. Nancy Jane Mocroft and David H. Paulson, trustees of the Mocroft-Paulson Joint Revocable Trust, in the amount of $2,342. Right-of-way contracts with the following. Sheila and Todd Neal, North 14th Street and Arbor Road, in the total amount of $10,145. Tracy and Sherry Truax, 2100 Branch Oak Road, in the amount of $409. Change order number 1 to County Contract C-20-1 with Bauer Underground Inc. for the construction of a head wall on county pipes and a planned discrepancy for a net increase of $42,937.71. Third amendment to County Contract C-19-709 with JEO for additional services. The services shall not exceed $5,701.50. Amendment to County Contract C-16-90 with Jones Automotive for supply and installation of emergency equipment for law enforcement vehicles. Received and placed on file the following: 2019 tax increment financing report for the City of Lincoln, assessor register deeds report for April 2020. Records and Information Management Report for April 2020.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is new business. 4A is a proclamation and matter declaring May 10th to the 17th, 2020 as Police Week in Lancaster County and May 15th, 2020 as Peace Officers Memorial Day.
Move approval.
I'd second?
Would it
Is there-
be-
is there a proclamation to read?
There is. Would you like me to do that?
Please.
Okay. Whereas in 1963, the Congress of the United States and President John F. Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which it falls as National Police Week. And whereas there are approximately 900,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. And whereas since the first recorded death in 1791, more than 20,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and died or been killed in the line of duty, including Deputy William Johnson, Sergeant Franklin Fuhrer, and Deputy Craig Dodge of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. And whereas the members of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Lancaster County. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the problems, duties, and responsibilities of their law enforcement agencies, and the members of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence or disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. And whereas the Sheriff's Office of Lancaster County has grown to be a modern and scientific law enforcement agency, which unceasingly provides a vital public service, now therefore be it resolved, the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners calls upon all citizens of Lancaster County and upon all patriotic civil and educational organizations to observe the week of May 10th through 17th, 2020 as Police Week, with appropriate ceremonies in which all of our people may join in commemorating law enforcement officers, past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. And be it further resolved, the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners encourage all citizens of Lancaster County to observe Friday, May 15, 2020 as Peace Officers Memorial Day, in honor of those peace officers who, through their courageous deeds, have lost their lives in the performance of duty and fly the flags at half-staff. In witness whereof we have hereunto set our hand this 14th day of May 2020.
Do we have anyone from the Sheriff's Office who wants to speak? It doesn't look like we have anybody here. Well, I just want to extend the Lancaster County Board's appreciation to the service and dedication that our Sheriff's Office provides our community. And, you know, I mean, they're in the most literal sense a crucial member of this community, and they keep us safe every day, in particular in tough times like these. So thank you very much.
So we have the motion, so I'll go ahead and call the roll.
We've got a motion and a second, yeah, unless there's any further discussion or anyone wants to say anything else. I think go ahead and call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes,
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4B is an agreement with IDEMIA, Identity and Security USA LLC for live scan fingerprint technology for the Department of Corrections. The term of the agreement is for 5 years. The cost of the county is $3,257 per year, with the first year free.
move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
yes,
Vest,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0. C is a letter of understanding with Nebraska State Patrol for NSP to cover the cost of the first year of service with IDEMIA.
move approval,
second,
we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
yes,
Flowerday.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0. D is work and financial plan pursuant to the cooperative service agreement with the United States Department of Agriculture, Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service Wildlife Services for the Wildlife Damage Management Program. The program is from July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. The cost of county is not to exceed $7,500.
Move
I move
approval.
then I'll
Sec-
second,
okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
yes,
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Flowerday.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0. E is an agreement with the Lancaster County Event Center to use the event center as a polling place for the May 12th, 2020 election. There's no cost to the county.
move approval,
Second.
Seems strange.
do we need to, this is probably a ratification.
yeah,
Do we need to add that to the amendment?
No, this item, it just got to us late, so their acceptance of it, so that's why it's already
Okay.
happened, it's after the fact, but.
All right, I mean, it's a great idea. I'm glad we did. So,
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the thought that counts.
great. Okay, well, motion and a second. I think
I'm sure they're
there's-
waiting with bated breath.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Is there any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
yes,
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0. 4F is Nebraska Crime Commission Grant Award for Community Aid Grant Funding for the period of June 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021, in the amount of $997,354.
Good morning, Sarah Hoyle, Director of Lincoln Lancaster Human Services. This funding is the allocation that we get every year in addition to a little over 100,000 extra and competitive dollars that we were awarded. Most of this funding goes out to our nonprofit entities to support the advocacy and the work that they do with our juveniles.
move approval,
I'll
Second.
second,
we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
yes,
Vest,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Hey, Dan, I'm
Local
gonna
agreement with the
Dan,
Village of
I'm gonna-
Raymond.
I'm going to pause you real quick, just for a second. We've got Sheriff Wagner with us. Sheriff, did you want to say anything about the proclamation declaring this National Police Week? I didn't want you to take that away from you if you had any words you wanted to say.
Well, I'm sorry.
We already passed it, and
Okay.
nice things.
I apologize for being late. I was having some technical difficulties here. And so for me, that's a major issue with the technical side of things. But thank you for passing that. I think it's really important that, all law enforcement officers in this county recognize that this is National Police Week, and it's the week every year that law enforcement officers are honored the sacrifice that they make. This Friday, we will have a short service, a private service in the lower level of the Justice and Law Enforcement Center, honoring those 3 Lancaster County Sheriff's deputies who have died in the line of duty and the 6 Lincoln police officers who have died in the line of duty. So I appreciate your indulgence in passing that resolution. I'll make sure I read that Friday when we do our service, and thank you for your support.
Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for everything you and your department do.
Thank you.
So, very good. Dan, Mr. Clerk, sorry for the interruption. Please continue.
Next is 4G, is an interlocal agreement with the Village of Raymond to provide for pavement resurfacing on Raymond Road from Northwest 48th Street to Northwest 40th Street. The village shall pay the county the estimated cost of $18,522.45 on or before May 15th, 2020.
I will
Move
move
approval.
approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Best,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. H is a contract with Eurotech USA Inc. for unit price soil stabilization for Lancaster County Engineering. The contract is for 2 years with the option to renew for 2 additional 2-year terms. The cost to county is not to exceed $200,000.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. This is the contract to do foam injection behind bridge abutments in order to stabilize the abutments. The first project that we will work on with this contract will be the Hickman Viaduct, but there are several other bridges that we intend to stabilize with this method.
I will move approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I is a recommendation from the purchasing agent and county engineer to award and execute a purchase order to Metal Culverts Inc. for culvert pipe. The total amount of the order is $70,179.85.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So this is the contract for our annual supply of pipes that are installed by county forces. And I just want to say that in the past, we've had some citizens get confused about this contract and say that this is how much it costs to redo a pipe. Indeed, this is just the cost of the pipe only, not the cost of the labor.
I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is an interlocal agreement with Saline County to participate in a cooperative bidding to improve and maintain concrete box culverts for a 2020 county bridge match program.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. This is the interlocal agreement for the county bridge match program. I don't know if the commissioners recall or not, but we actually get additional funding if we partner with an adjacent county. And with this one, I would like to thank Ms. Holloway, because the interlocal agreement that Saline County had used with 3 other counties, well, was a little, shall we say, sparse. And so with that, we've put a number of details into this interlocal agreement to make sure that we are protected. You know, my concern with partnering with other counties is they don't have an engineer. So we want to make sure that I don't take engineering responsibility for their projects. And so this is a good interlocal agreement, and we're ready to get started on these things. So we need to get this interlocal agreement approved today.
Why do
Move
we get?
approval.
Oh, yep.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Did you have discussion?
I just had a question. Why, like, and this is just out of idle curiosity. Why do we get more funding if we partner with another county? Like, I mean, I'm all for it, great, but why?
Because state statute says so. So, you know, the Transportation Innovation Act, under the County Bridge Match Program was really wrote for, the 90 counties that don't have engineers. And so it makes sense for them to hire a consultant, in partnership and
That
just
they pool resources.
step-
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
step all the way through. It makes perfect sense for the counties that don't have engineers. It doesn't make so much sense for the counties that do have engineers. It makes it a little more difficult, but you know, that's just the way it is.
Yep, nope, I get it. I see the purpose behind it. Okay, all right, that was my only question. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
yes,
Vest,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. K is a recommendation from the purchasing agent and county engineer to award a contract for culvert pipe to the following: Metal Culverts Inc. in a total amount of $92,145.34, and Contact Engineered Solutions LLC in a total amount of $45,859.23.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. These particular contracts are for pipes if we're just gonna buy, you know, a pipe at a time. Kind of similar to what happened earlier in this week. We had a pipe failure in the Waverly area. It was really unanticipated, so now we need a pipe that wasn't included in the base pipe contract. So what we're looking for is a way to be able to purchase pipes quicker and easier so that we can repair our emergency projects.
I move approval.
second,
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
yes,
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4L is a recommendation from the purchasing agent and county engineering to award a contract to Bauer Underground for replacement of County Bridge S-179. The total cost is $497,763.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. This is a contract for a replacement of a bridge to box culvert project on Roca Road. S-179 has been closed since the flooding of 2019. We are aware that the local residents really want to get this open. There's over 1,000 cars a day on this bridge that's located just east of the intersection of Roca and 98th Street. And so this project did have 3 bids. They were all higher than the engineer's estimate. So it just goes to show that formed concrete is very expensive right now. However, this particular structure needs to be replaced as soon as possible.
I move approval.
I will second with a hallelujah. This is
We
a
have
bridge that I hear more about than I think any other bridge in my time as a county commissioner. So it'll be really great to get 179 open.
We have another hallelujah that will need to happen eventually with this Commissioner Shore, and that's that we're having, of all the bridges to have difficulty with, we're having some pretty extreme difficulty getting the Army Corps of Engineers 404 permit for this bridge because they would like to visit the site. Initially in March, they told us they wouldn't visit the site till after May 1st. Now they have informed us that they are not going to return to work until after June 30th. And so I'm trying to coordinate with them to get some solution that doesn't delay this construction further.
Okay, well, we'll have the staff schedule that hallelujah on future agendas.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Sorry.
sorry. Yep.
Those
But we,
kids, sorry.
but we do have a motion and a second. So is there any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 5, update on COVID-19 and Lancaster County response. 5A is crisis center reimbursement under CARES Act.
Good morning, Scott Etherton with the Crisis Center. This was a payment of $1,682 that was received automatically for the Crisis Center due to legislation that was passed for the CARES Act. As part of that, they are requiring either an attestation that the money should be received by us, or if you don't attest to it, then it automatically assumes you do.
So do we need a motion of testing?
Sean?
Oh,
Oh. B as is for the attestation. So
It's right. Yeah, it's just below it. Yep. Yep. Nope. I see it. Thank you.
So should I go ahead and read B?
Yeah. Why don't we? Yeah.
Okay. B is authorizing Scott Etherton, Mental Health Crisis Center Director, to sign the attestation confirming receipt of the reimbursement and agreeing to the terms and conditions through the DHHS website.
Perfect.
move approval,
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the attestation. I can't say that. You all know what I'm saying. To confirm the receipt of the reimbursement and agreeing to the terms and conditions. So, any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes,
Yocum,
Yes.
Best,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Very good. Thank you, Scott.
Are we ready for announcements?
I think so.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything else on COVID-19 update? We're literally going to do a second one of these in a few hours. So, okay.
Okay. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting, including department budget hearings via Zoom on Thursday, May 14, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next early meeting, including department budget hearings on Tuesday, May 19, 2020 at 9 a.m. via Zoom with the Board of Equalization immediately following. County Commissioners can reach 402-441-7447 or commission@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV and can be viewed on YouTube.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for adjournment. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Best,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0.
we are adjourned. The next meeting is scheduled.